going on YouTube? Tyler here with False Neutral Media. Alongside me, my co-host Trevor, my brother, and we're talking Washougal. It was fucking beautiful. The track was awesome. The fans were wild, screaming. Everybody was having fun. I had a blast filming there. But let's get into the 250s.
Let's hop right in and say one, the PC Cowie boys were out in full force.
Yes, they were.
Felt good seeing them up in the mix, especially Garrett Marchbanks and Seth Hamaker, seeing them kind of trying to keep up there. Marchbanks obviously was the fastest qualifier, and then went 3-4 on the day for a third podium position. There were a couple surprises. Ryder DeFrancisco was looking real fast until some incidents kind of occurred. But yeah, how were you feeling about the 250 class?
So far, it is it was awesome racing. Okay, Sage down. No, the 250, it was awesome. Hayden Deegan was looking absolutely phenomenal. We did see the little incident with him and Ryder D, which could have been a lot worse than it definitely was. No, the PC guys were looking phenomenal. It was kind of a bummer to see them not fully up top. I know there was they rode their butts off down all the way to Drew Adams, and it looks like the 250 guys for PC are starting to get it all together and worked out with the team, the mechanic, and testing and stuff. So it's looking really good, and I think that we're gonna see them more on top these last 3 rounds, especially Seth Haymaker and Garrett Marchbanks. Going into SMX, I know a lot of these guys are full on like Supercross dudes, like badass Supercross dudes. So looking forward to that. But yeah, Hayden Deegan with that little thing with Ryder D, that was it was kind of gnarly. I'm glad no one obviously got hurt from that. The flagger was right on it, which I hope a lot of people see, because I know right when he put it out, Joe was already committed. Luckily, Joe landed in a safe spot. Ryder D was still safe, and everybody else was rolling that. So kudos to the flaggers. They did an amazing job at the race.
Absolutely. I would agree with you. I think no matter how you look at it, both of them took separate lines, knowing that all throughout press day and qualifying that they came together. So it was just high IQ riding on the part of both of them to try and keep each other safe. Ryder D went down, but he was only down for a moment, picked his bike up and got back to racing. And I agree, the flaggers did a good job to make sure that kept on track.
Yeah.
So happy to see it. Now we did have some pretty gnarly wrecks.
We did.
We also had Jalik Swole on the Triumph making a charge until his afternoon was ended due to a crash while leading the pack in the moto.
Yes.
So hope he's doing well after that. I know he really wanted to race, but safety and security of everybody on board, including yourself, is important. So I totally back and support that happening. But yeah, I also think, we got a good show from Triumph, right?
Absolutely.
We had Jalik Swole out in the beginning, but Austin Fortner taking 5-5 on the day for an overall of 5th. Was an excellent ride by him. Cool to see him getting more comfortable. Hope by SMX he starts turning that into more podiums, hopefully. And if we can get more podiums there, Supercross season, see if he can stay injury free and just stay consistent.
Absolutely.
But I was very impressed by Garrett Marchbanks. Yeah, I was very impressed. Max Volan also breaking into the top 10 with an 8-9 on the day. He's looking good. These guys are all showing speed. I think in Moto 1, Dylan Schwartz was somebody to watch, and
Dude.
I know you've been talking about, that team, so if you wanna speak to that.
No, absolutely. Bar X Yamaha, Redlands Toyota or Toyota Redlands, has just been on fire these past two rounds. Millville and Washougal. Dylan Schwartz coming out of the gate, third place, fighting the whole way, was just exciting to watch. The dude's speed was insane. The confidence, just the progress that they've made on the team. Same with Parker Ross, unfortunately, in Moto 2. Parker Ross jumped the gate. And if it was just, dude, he probably would have had that whole shot. Him and Dylan probably, if he didn't do that, because he was ready. Unfortunately, he made that, little rookie mistake, Parker, but he learned from it. He is going to regroup from that going into the next round after the break. And talking to him, I asked a lot of them, what are you going to do on the break? Are you going to do a little R&R? Are you going to get right back to training? What are we looking at? And Parker said, everybody's going to take a fucking break. I'm going to go work. I'm going to get to work, learn from my mistakes at Washougal. We're going to do a little bike testing, figure some more stuff out, and get up in the top 10 these coming last 3 rounds. So I'm super excited for Bar X team. Definitely, I mentioned it in the last podcast about Millville. Keep an eye on them, especially going into next year for 2026. Big things coming. But yeah, the Triumph guys, and I don't want to disclude him, but he didn't, he was on rails a little bit, but Levi Kitchen too. I didn't want to disinclude him, but I mean, home track, we know that he is either on it or not there, but sorry to go back to that, but no, yeah, I mean, 250 class, it was really good. Ryder D was looking phenomenal. It was awesome seeing him up top. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the riders were putting their hearts out and just showing the grit. It was the hard packed dirt, so kind of like it was a little slick in a lot of places, as we saw with Jolie and some of the other riders slipping out, or had some unfortunate downs with like Harrop as well. But no, it was all around good. It was exciting to see, and of course, being at Washougal, whether you're filming, racing, just being a fan, it's beautiful. It's awesome. But going to the 450s, because that was exciting.
Yeah, because 250s, it's the Joe Shimoda overall, Hayden, and them swapping 1 and 2,
Yeah,
Them swapping 1 and 2. But dude, that's what it's going to be every weekend, because
yeah,
until we can get all these guys putting it together, I mean, you just look at the stats from last race, right? Seth Hammaker took 4th
yes,
with a 7.3. Like, a lot of people had a bad Washougal.
yeah,
A lot of people were struggling. Drew Adams went 13.6. So it's like the swing from
yeah,
moto to moto in the 250 class. Dylan Schwartz, first moto, 4th, second moto, 11th.
yeah.
Like, there was swapping all throughout both motos. But
Yeah, I can't believe I almost
250
forgot
class,
Joe, and we talked only a brief about Deegan, but I'm excited. Like, I'm pumped for Joe. It was exciting, but like the 450s is like, I'm excited for that. But yeah, Joe rode absolutely fantastic. It's awesome seeing, what is it? I think Stewart gave him like Wasabi Joe or something. I don't know if he's gonna stick with that nickname, but
I just call him Joe Shimoda,
yeah,
because I don't think anybody else is calling anybody nicknames anymore, man. Like, when he said that, I was like, okay, man. Like, do what you want. I I can't believe how many times I've watched shorts where people keep trying to give Joe Shimoda a nickname, and he just goes,
why?
All right.
Why?
And like it's never like it's never like Joe Shimoda, the master chiller. It's always something that reminds somebody of Japan, which is just odd. Like
Yeah.
every time they give him a nickname, they're like sushi. And I'm like, there's more to Japan. I promise. I promise. Like this dude's sitting there like, I would rather, like, Joe is short enough. You don't need a nickname for me. Joe works. Joe
Yeah.
Shimoda's my name. And they're like, wasabi. And he's like, there's something weird about that, but all
Yeah, from
right. Like,
sushi to
yeah.
fucking wasabi, like
And it's just like, dude, we can't just keep giving him nicknames based off of things you see at a sushi restaurant. That's just the dude's fucking fast. Just call him Joe Shimoda and call him the master chiller.
or
But like,
call him Samurai Joe, dude, because he's cutting up
no,
the.
no,
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen next, dude. That's what's gonna happen next.
dude. We're 3 interviews away from Joe Shimoda going, guys, I beg you, stop giving me nicknames. Where are you gonna call me next? Disneyland in Japan? Like, come on, dude. Like, enough is enough. Stop doing the nicknames. He's racing, give him his props, but let's stop trying to give him a nickname related to Japan. Just call him Joe Shimoda, dude.
Yeah,
He's here to race.
yeah,
I just think it's
absolutely.
like I don't think Joe Shimoda looks at Danger Boy Deegan and goes, "Fuck, I wish I had a moniker." Like I don't.
I wish
I
I
think
was Danger Boy Joe.
I think he's sitting there going, "I think I can win this."
Yeah,
I don't think Joe's sitting in there being like, "I gotta come up with a nickname because these fucking Americans keep giving me the worst nicknames ever, dude." Like it's just like it's ridiculous. But
no,
I've been saying it all year. Joe Shimoda is the man. The only
absolutely.
one who's been able to kind of keep up a little bit with Deegan or present like a battle has been Joe Shimoda. I think in these last couple rounds, we're going to see them go head to head.
Yes.
I believe Deegan has what it takes to beat Joe Shimoda. He's done it a bunch, but Joe Shimoda is getting faster. He's getting smarter with his line choice. He's not doing what he did earlier in his career over here, where it was like, Joe, why are you taking that line? That's a slower line. Like he's really determined.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the last 3 rounds. But let's talk eating my words. Perfect segue to the 450 class. Chase Sexton came out of retirement or whatever he was in for a fugue state. And he kicked fucking ass this weekend. And I will
Yes, he
give
did.
flowers where they're due. And I will say, Chase, you looked incredible. And this is what we've been waiting for this whole time. As your
Yes.
number 1 fan and the one who's been riding for you, congrats, man. I'm glad I'm
Yeah,
glad you
dude.
heard the podcast, got some hypnotherapy or whatever you needed. I'm glad you figured it out. Um, but it was cool, man. Like watching the 450 class. It's interesting because we have a lot of talent there, right? I think
Yeah.
Hunter gets overlooked and he's killing it. I think RJ Hampshire coming in and starting to, more battle with the top 5, like getting a 4th in Moto 1, huge for your rookie season is RJ Hampshire,
Absolutely.
especially on the Husqvarna. Like, hey, well, somebody on the Husqvarna's got to be up there at the top, right? So it's good to see RJ up there. It's good to see Malcolm, when he can be up there. It was good seeing Barsha
Dude, Bam
7th
Bam
overall.
was doing some old school whips on press day and on
Mhm.
race day. So it was really cool to see that. Compared to, the Oppos and all the, fancy flashy whips that, Hayden and a couple other riders bring. So it was cool seeing him throw some whips and have fun. I got a interview with a bunch of guys, which was awesome. Tomac was looking a whole different rider. I don't know what they did with the bike or what kind of lit a fire up under his ass. We know that he was definitely off these past couple weekend races,
Mhm.
and we definitely saw a whole different rider. And I don't know if you saw it, but he shot a bow this weekend. He was gifted a bow
With the Grand
with
Marshal,
the
right?
Grand Marshal. He gifted a a bow, and they shot it up there. Same with Garrett Marchbanks. They were up there, dude. They were nailing it. I think it was 150 yards from like
Oh, yeah.
one spot of the track all the way to the uphill going up Horsepower Hill,
Mhm.
hitting shots. So I thought that was cool. I did leave early because they delayed it. I wish I definitely stayed for that and got that content because it would have been really cool to see that side of Garrett Marchbanks and Eli Tomac, off the
Right.
bike shit. So I thought that was really cool. But no, I'm excited to where he's kind of going in that direction because a lot of people are like, oh, like it could be the bike. Maybe he's tired. Maybe he burnt out in the first couple rounds battling Jet, trying to figure out Jet. But what I heard is he was doing a lot of different stuff on the bike, trying to get a little more comfortable. And they went back to what they had, especially after Millville. They're like, fuck
Mhm.
this, let's go back. And make minor adjustments, and we saw a whole different Eli, and it was
Mhm.
badass. It did suck during the, obviously there was some crashes in the 450, which it was red flag, but those first two laps,
Wow.
oh man, it was hard to even pull up the camera. I just wanted to watch and listen
Mhm.
to what was going on. You had the Aussie Bash Bros up there. You
Mhm.
had Chase Sexton, and right behind Eli Tomac, just in case
Ready
someone
to pick off anyone.
right off the rip, And I'm glad that the rider that got hurt, he is on the way to like healing up, and hopefully he's okay. But man, if that race kept going, just imagine like getting up to that point. Your heart rate's at a certain level, you're in race mode, and you got the fastest dudes side by side with you, a three-way side by side in each
Mhm.
corner on the track, ripping up and down that those hills and down,
Mhm.
and then to be red flagged and staggered start on the gate.
Yeah. I think it's one of those, we were seeing what we were promised for a long time. And we were seeing Hunter was battling toe to toe with Sexton, even past Sexton at one point.
Yeah,
We see that Jet was trying to find lines to pull away. Hunter was not letting him. He was not blocking Chase and trying to slow Chase up. All three of them were pushing the metal to the floor and were
absolutely.
trying to outpace each other. So again, I'm a broken record, but if you think Hunter's blocking so Jet can win,
No,
it just ain't true. They are fucking racing, dude, and we got to
yeah,
see it. I wish we didn't have the restart. I'm not sure I like how the restart was done. I'm not a big fan personally. I know some people might disagree. I don't really give a fuck. But yeah, it was cool seeing Chase go 1-2, Jet holding on for the 3-1 to get second, and Eli Tomac 2-3 for third. Um, yeah, I think it was an interesting race. We got a couple of rounds left. I don't think Jet and Chase are going to battle each other to the death in these last 3 rounds. Jet wants to make sure that he brings that championship home. Chase isn't even in the running for it. So, like, yeah, dude, if you want to go and win those motos, that's fine. I'll pick up second, and everybody underneath me will get fourth and fifth and sixth. My brother will get third, or Tomac will get third, and I'll hold this points lead until the very last race and win the championship.
yeah,
I don't think Jet's really worried about it, right? Because it's like, well, Chase isn't his competition right now. His competition is Hunter, Tomac, Justin Cooper. You get what I mean? Um, so yeah, big ups to Chase. Happy he got the win. He deserved it. He rode a very smart, very tactful race. in a respectable race between the three of them.
Absolutely.
Going 1, 2, 3 in that second moto and seeing them congratulate each other. I love it, man. The racing was prime at Washougal this week.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. And going into this race, also a big topic right now in the media, in the sport, just all around, Jorge Prado. You know, he's the two-time world champ,
Mhm.
having a new team, new bike, no family here, kind of by himself, you know, trying to figure everything out. I know that he's pressuring himself a lot, has a lot on his plate, and wants to win. I know that a
Mhm.
lot of people were expecting him to do a lot better. And every time we saw that progress, we're like, yes, he's getting it together. And then, you know, he would say, like, no, the only way I'm getting better is if I'm on top of the box and winning, which is understandable,
Mhm.
dude. Like, where you come from. But here's like the thing in MotoGP, or yeah, MotoGP,
Mhm.
um, their bikes, dude, they're freaking ridiculous. They're factoried out. Like, yes,
Mhm.
we have factory teams, but it is way different from the bikes over there to the bikes in the States, I feel.
Mhm.
So I think he's just not used to that, because I don't know how many times I've seen it when he's at Paula practice, or something, or sometimes even in practice days, or even during the race, you will see it like, dude, he is ripping like that
Mhm.
lap. And then he kind of slows down. There's talks like, you know, JT has mentioned from the broadcast team, like, I saw him quit at Millville. It's like there's so much going on. And with all the media and stuff, I do think that it's kind of 50-50, like affecting him and not, because he's just got so much going on, but he wants to be on top. Like, what are your kind of thoughts on that topic for Jorge Prado?
On that topic, I think of, statements that have been made by Ryan Villapoto, James Stewart, Ricky Carmichael, which is the hardest battle you have after you've won championships is breaking that barrier in your mind. Because if you don't think you can win on the bike that you're on, and if you don't think you possess the ability to beat the people that are winning the race, you won't. You
Yeah.
just won't. Now, we also saw Chase Sexton talk a little bit this weekend about what the difference is between a good motocross racer and a great motocross racer, which is the great motocross racers go out there, and even if they're not feeling comfortable, they will find a way around it, right? We've seen multiple times where Jet and Hunter, they're not happy with the bike setup, and they're open about it. We weren't happy with the bike setup, but we'll go back to square one in between motos. They came back out and they one-two'd the second moto, right?
Yeah.
They're able to piece it together, figure it out. They're switching bikes for press day to see each other's setups, whether it's a mental tactic, whether it's just good fun, or whether it's a way to quickly test both bikes and get a nice medium.
So I
They're doing
have
it.
I have a little insight on that and why they do that.
Well, Oracle of Delphi, bring it from on high.
So on that topic, actually, with them switching bikes, I did some research because I was curious, because I got that clip of what I thought Hunter was coming over the new Memorial triple. It
Mhm.
was actually Jet. So I was like, oh shit, I had to take down that post because it wasn't Hunter and repost it, like, and they've been doing it off and on. And I've always been wondering why a lot of people, especially media, are like, why? And at Shugal, we kind of got that secret. They're actually using Hunter's bike as the test bike. So when they're switching off, what they were doing at Washougal is they've been adding more fork oil. So that's what they
Mhm.
were doing at that track. I don't know what they were doing at all the others when they do it. So not only is it like kind of fun, kind of, you know, playing around, but they're using yeah, like Hunter's bike as a test. So when Jet gets on it, if he likes it, okay, we're gonna do it to that bike, and Hunter's bike's already set up.
Mhm.
So that's what they're kind of doing. I think that's a really smart move. And just the way they communicate, it's easier for brothers, right? They're on the same team, basically the same bikes, around each other all the time, and their communication is probably a lot better than a lot of the guys on other teams, whether they get along or not. It's family, so they're helping each other out. There's a lot more support. Not saying that all the other riders and stuff get that support, but they just have their program dialed. So it
Mhm.
was really cool to hear that and get that inside scoop. So that is why they switch off bikes. Hunter's the test bike.
Mm. Well, it's fucking working
Yeah.
because they're whole shotting and they're winning races. So, hey,
Yeah.
it's working. I will also say the other teams that I've noticed, not a lot of them have teammates out. Like
Yeah.
Husqvarna has teammates out, Bar X has teammates out. But if you think about it, Prado's on his own, right? Anderson's not out there. Sexton's on his own. Plessinger ain't out there this week, right? So it's like looking at how those two, you had spoke to me, um, you had spoke to me a little bit about um like how these two brothers have been racing side by side throughout their entire race career together. So it doesn't surprise me that their setups are so similar that
Yeah.
they could easily move from bike to bike and be like, nah, I think this is how we need it dialed in. And the facts are it works. It's working.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think to wrap it up, 450, I think if Jet keeps going the course, he's going to take the championship. 250, I think if Hayden keeps beating Shimoda where he can, he's going to take the championship.
Absolutely.
That's kind of where I'm at the moment. But what about you?
No, yeah, I definitely agree. We know that Chase isn't necessarily there because he took 5 rounds off, but I do think he is getting ready for the SMX, the 3 final rounds, which is smart. And I know Joe is too. They're just putting those pieces together, but I think Hayden and Jed are obviously going to take the championship if all is staying smooth, consistent, and they're being smart on the bike during the race. Um, but I know, we don't know. Anything can happen. We still got 3 rounds left for outdoors, so I'm excited. We got a break for about 2 weeks. We got Loretta Lynn's coming up right now, and I'm excited for that. A lot of the NorCal guys, I too many names to name, but I'm rooting for all you guys. I'm going to be watching, paying attention. I will be in Texas, but for a wedding, but I'm going to be watching closely, even if I'm, sitting in a chair at the ceremony for the wedding. I'm going to be watching.
Mhm.
Probably not. I don't want to get in trouble by the missus, but I just good luck out there. Have fun, hit your marks, and just ride your best. Stay consistent, be smart, and good luck to everybody that's from NorCal. And that's like the one thing with False Neutral Media. We're just trying to explode the NorCal scene with Moto. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the support, the continued support for tuning in. Leave a like, leave a comment, enjoy the rest of the breaks. And definitely share, man. We're trying to hit 200 subs and eventually get to 1,000 to help us get to more races and stuff for the future. So thank you guys, and we will see you